Alright guys, let's do this. Alright, what is up guys? So, gonna be doing the Yu-Gi-Oh! Tagged video, so let's go ahead and kick it off with some Yu-Gi-Oh! Music. I love that Black Ops intro, but anyways, let's go ahead and get started. If you guys don't know what the heck this is, basically what happens is you get tagged by another Yu-Gi-Oh! YouTuber, and you answer some few set of questions. But anyways, let's go ahead and get started. So, first off, the first question is, what is your real first name? So, my first real name is Inigo, my last name is Montoya, and my affix is you kill my father, prepare to die. But no, my real name is Israel or Didi. I got two names, Asian, American name. Everyone does know me as Didi or formerly as Asianized White Dragon. But the next question is, how did you get into Yu-Gi-Oh? Well, the thing is, I love playing games competitively. At first I looked at Yu-Gi-Oh, well, actually, I looked at Yu-Gi-Oh! A long time ago. I played the Eternal Duelist Soul. That's what got me into Yu-Gi-Oh! In the first place. But later on, while waiting for other games, I used to play, Halo. That was a really competitive game for me. Went to multiple MLGs while she hooked me up with this. But I got my passes, my coaches. I still kept these because it's a huge part of my life. I really enjoyed playing competitively for Halo, MLG settings. I like playing in a competitive aspect. I think that is a lot more fun. But basically, in the time that you would wait for either your team to get on, whether you want to do scrims with another team, basically you got a lot of free time. So I like to play Yu-Gi-Oh! And I played it on my Game Boy. And I still had it for the longest time, Game Boy Advance, Eternal Duelist Soul. This is before XYZs, this is before Synchro Monsters. This is when Witch of the Black Forest was the ban list was awful, but I loved just playing it. It was a good game just to kill some time with. And I didn't know that there was a competitive scene for Yu-Gi-Oh! I did, however, play the online Yu-Gi-Oh! Game that is the official Konami game, but that game is absolutely horrendous. You have to buy booster packs. The way that you have to get cards is it's awful. I just want all the cards. Dueling Network, Dev Pro have definitely improved Yu-Gi-Oh! so much for me, because sometimes I'm just waiting for something to happen, and a lot of the games that I play requires you to have teamwork. I mean, you can't go in Black Ops League play by yourself and expect your entire team not to be awful, because every time I go in by myself I get the worst teammates and I try to carry them, and sometimes it just doesn't work. I can't backpack hard enough. But for the most part, it's basically a game that I like to play in my kind of, I guess you could say, I mean, it is a hobby now, but before, when I didn't know that there was locals, I didn't know about huge tournaments, YCSs, regionals, all that stuff. Basically, it was a small little thing that I played when I was waiting for my other games to finish loading up. Especially in StarCraft, if you get high up on the ladder in StarCraft, it takes 20-30 minutes to try to find a game when you're master sometimes, which is really stupid when you're doing team play, but that's why I got Yu-Gi-Oh! But the next question is, how or why did you start Yugitubing? Well, the thing is, I think I was one of the first guys to actually upload Yu-Gi-Oh! Gameplay that was just through the online dueling network when that first came out a couple years ago. And it's just pretty much, I thought it was really cool because I really wanted to watch Yu-Gi-Oh! Duels, and I could see the ones where they were playing cards in real life, but I could never read the card, and that frustrated me. I would see a card, I'm like, oh, what does that card do? I want to know what it does. And they act and they play it out, but I still want to know the card name, and I want to know its full effect. And through online dueling, you can hover over the card and you can read the card's name, and you can copy people's decks, and you have access to all the cards, so it's so much better than only playing in real life. You're really restricting yourself when you play in real life. So it's really awesome to, like I said, see other people duel on Dueling Network, because you can read the cards, and I love that. And that's basically how I started my channel. I also kind of started it to get better at the game. I really wanted it competitive into Yu-Gi-Oh! But for me, it's more of a fun game right now, and because I don't see this game as a really great competitive game, there needs to be way more balance issues. But they're kind of addressing the whole going first thing in the OCG. We'll have to wait until we see what happens with the TCG is what it comes down to. Next question is, oh wait, hold on, let me quick little clip. I got a clip for you guys, and also it's basically me whoring myself out to my gaming channel. But anyways, it's just a quick clip. I'm in Masters for Black Ops. Pillars bad. Pillars dead. This is just a quick little opener from a CTF
I got open stairs 2 down. Let's go.
Yesterday that I played, and I just had a really good opener. We had a really quick first clean cap over there. I love going into league play and just quick scoping. It's just
alright. Let's go.
So satisfying. I know some of you guys hate quick scoping.
Clean cap.
The thing is, in league play, you don't actually want to quick scope. Quick scoping is it's something you can do, but realistically the M8A1 is the gun that you play, or you can run a sub if you want. But for the most part, quick scoping does not actually work in league play as much as it works as well as in pubs. But anyways, yeah, that's just a a game that I would really like to play right now. Unfortunately, Halo is not doing so well. Halo 4 is just, it's not even on the MLG circuit, so like, I don't know what the heck they were thinking. Like, why is that game not on the circuit, first off? Second off, the game is not so great. They just need to just put Halo 2 back. Like, I don't see why MLG doesn't look at Halo 2 and be like, well, this game is much better than every other game ever made, so why don't we just put Halo 2 on the circuit? Who cares that, you know, it's not available to play online? Just put it back on the circuit. They'll eventually remake that game, but, Halo 2, very awesome game. Next question is, what is the best time you ever had at a Yu-Gi-Oh event? Well, you know, I like just talking to people. I honestly enjoy, like, talking to people, having fun with the game, more than I actually like getting competitive at the game. Technically, yeah, winning is good. You know, topping is always a really good feeling once you get your first top, second top, whatever. I mean, once you get your first top, you're like, oh, I made it, I did it. And then once you get your second top, it really feels like, you know, it wasn't a fluke, is basically what it comes down to. I mean, even Asian Eyes has top, so I mean, if that's motivation for you guys to actually play Yu-Gi-Oh and top, because before I was like, this is so hard to top, but once you top once, it gets easier and easier every time. Next question is, what is your favorite deck ever? Well, the deck that I have the most tops with is technically Inzectors, although I still love Plants. Plants is such a better deck, and I guess some people have more fun when they technically win. Like I said, even though I've topped more times with Inzectors than I have with Plants, Plants is still way better. Just it's such a better deck. I can't even pilot that deck to its maximum potential. That's what I love. I like games where you cannot literally play the game to its maximum potential. StarCraft 2, excellent example. No matter how good you are at that game, you can never play the game at its full potential. It's physically impossible. Next question is, why do I play Yu-Gi-Oh? Well, kind of answered that, I guess, previously. Well, where, you know, I like to play it on my off time when, you know, my friends aren't online, like when I, you know, am playing StarCraft, other games. Basically, I like to play games with friends. I think that is a lot more fun. And with Yu-Gi-Oh, you can totally play by yourself. Yu-Gi-Oh is not, I don't really support competitive, like, tag duels, which would be cool. I think that that would be something they could definitely add in the future. I think that there might be some, I don't know if like Exodia would work. I don't think you share hands. I mean, technically you could share the same cards. I guess you can set Exodia, and then your partner can compulse it, and they could add that card back to their hand. But for the most part, I don't know. I think that'd be cool. They really need to like step up their game. I feel like you know, as a competitive game, they need to do a lot more stuff, even just more fun stuff like crazy rules. They do have that Pegasus League, but they need to do way more crazier leagues. Like, you know, we're gonna do like traditional. We're gonna do a duel where you only are allowed to use dark and light monsters, or you're only allowed to use water monsters this format. Just something crazy. I like the deck innovation is really what I like about Yu-Gi-Oh! And with other games, like I said, I play pretty much competitively. Like right now, I've been doing like League Play Black Ops 2 because Ghosts, I cannot stand Ghosts. The colors in the game, the way the game feels, the lack of amount of health, the score streaks. There's a lot of things that I just don't like about Ghosts, but they could just definitely improve Yu-Gi-Oh! And I think that what's really cool with Yu-Gi-Oh! As a game is you have so many options for decks. I know technically, for the most part, there are like the meta decks. I mean, sure, there's meta guns in Call of Duty, or there's, well, in Halo, like there's the battle rifle, and then there's the sniper, and then that's it. But, you know, with Yu-Gi-Oh! There's so much variety. Even though some things might not be as good, it's still fun to use. Like, for example, the Needler in Halo 2 is awful, but, you know, some people, they use it as a disrespectful gun. Like, if you're winning, you know, super hard and you're using the Needler, and you're doing it as a disrespectful act, like you're doing it to troll them, basically. And I love doing that with Yu-Gi-Oh! I mean, you know, Ice Barriers, you know, all these crazy, you know, random decks, like Dark Samora Crystal Beast Ninjas. Like, what the heck is this? It's just so much fun to play those. But I added 2 more questions to this Yu-Gi-Oh! Tag because I really wanted to add these, so first one is going to be favorite game of all time, Halo 2 and Black Ops 2. I got to give a shout out to Black Ops 2. I never really played Call of Duty, but a girlfriend got me Call of Duty, and basically from there I've been playing Call of Duty, just Black Ops 2. I have MW2, MW3, I have Ghost, but Black Ops 2 is just, it's such a better game. It's just, it feels so much better. The hit detection is still bad, just like all the other Call of Duties, but the game just feels so much better. But the last question that I'm going to have is, what is the hottest girl in a video game? And for me, that's going to be Bridget from Guilty Gear. Hottest girl in a game, Bridget for sure. But anyways, if you guys would like to do this, basically the last question is, what are your 2 tag YouTubers? And the thing is, there are people I'm sure that want to participate in this, and unfortunately they don't have that YouTube video response. They just like removed that. Apparently that wasn't a cool feature. I thought it was a cool feature, but I mean, you can make a video and then I don't know how you tag You can hashtag Asianize. I don't know. However we figure this out, I don't know, maybe just put your video in the comment section below. I'll check it out. I'll be sure to check out a bunch of these videos because I am totally interested to see, what are your favorite games. That's basically the question that I really like, because I like to know what games people play. Like, sometimes I find new games. Heck, without some of my friends, I wouldn't have ever heard about Dark Messiah Might and Magic, which is my favorite single player game of all time. I actually have a full gameplay of that game. That game is so good. If you guys want to check that out, it's also on my gaming channel that has the Call of Duties. And for the most part, one thing I really want to talk about. So, as far as Yu-Gi-Oh goes, another question I wanted to have was, what do you consider yourself as far as a Yu-Gi-Oh player? Do you consider yourself a casual, a competitive player? It's just basically a casual or competitive player. I mean, because there's like casual competitive. For me, for the most part, I'm a casual. I like to just have fun with this game. You guys say all the time, Asian Eyes, why are you so bad at this game? I even say it myself, so it's no surprise to me when you say Asian Eyes sucks at this game. I'm like, yeah, dude, I totally suck at this game. It's totally a game I like to take for fun. Sometimes I like to make casual competitive, like the ZW Utopia deck, which is, it's a really nasty deck to run into, and sometimes you can beat the highest tier decks, because Utopia, where you can't target, you can't destroy, it's crazy. He gets absolutely too fast, too furious. But for the most part, I do play Call of Duty and Halo competitively. Cannot wait for Halo 5, but if you guys want to check out, because I can actually play Call of Duty, I can actually play Halo, where Yu-Gi-Oh! It's a challenge for me, but for the most part, I just like to keep this channel entertaining as possible, and I love to play non-meta, and sometimes I like to troll, mix in some meta stuff in non-meta decks. Pretty much BLS goes in everything. But anyways, thanks for watching, guys, and again, if you want to go ahead and post your tag response video, or however you do your response video, just link the video and then I'll check it out, because I honestly want to know what game you guys play, as well as if you're a casual player or more so a competitive player. But anyways, thanks for watching, guys. Asian Eyes out.